23rd of December, the night before Christmas. It was predicted KP2, so not much chances to see the northern lights this south. In daytime it has been more activity from the sun and even KP5, so I thought it could raise the possibilities just a bit. And lately it has been so cloudy, so I have to try to see the lights if there is even a small chance. I went to a new spot in Lohja, Liessaari. Liessaari is pretty close to city of Lohja because the lights of the Lohja are there. And there is this bridge that takes to the Liessaari. So it is pretty near the city if you are interested to go there. So it is pretty easy spot to come. On the way there was a small swimming beach. It says Rakkauden ranta, a beach of love. And these locks are probably some lovers' commitment, like I love you, and put the lock on and throw the key or something. So peace and love. I had checked in the maps and internet a place called Lohjan graniittilouhos, an old granite mine that is closed. It is on a small hill that is rising in front of the lake Lohjanjärvi in the island of Liessaari. It was not that easy to find the right paths during winter. I just figured that if someone has made a path straight to the woods, the path will probably lead to the mines too. And I of course used the GPS and maps as I walked. The mines were opened in the year 1850 and closed in 1940. The granite from the mine was used in important places in Finland and have been shipped abroad also. Nowadays there are no buildings left from the old mine, just some fence that is for the safety, because there is a very steep cliff in there. There are also a couple of benches where you can enjoy the scenery. Hello there and welcome to Lohja. I'm at the Liessaari again. This was the place where I went in the first episode, but now I went to a hill, not the Laavu, and I think it is pretty nice place. I just came here and I will check what kind of place this is. I think there is quite a nice view to the north, and I will set up my gear and I will see what kind of angles can I get here. So it is nice. There wasn't much predicted tonight because in the daytime it was KP5 and the meters went wild, and in North Lapland there was amazing northern lights during the day because there is so dark. But in Espoo and Helsinki it was cloudy and the clouds went away like in 9 o'clock or something, so I didn't go outside before, but I came now and let's see does the northern lights come or not. But I thought for a while should I go at all because the BC was on the plus side and it didn't go to minus. But then I look at the weather forecasts like the next week and it was all rainy and cloudy and everything, and tonight it was predicted clear skies, so that was a major factor for me to leave and see. This is a new spot for me, so this is like the perfect evening to check the spot. And I saw in some web cameras in Tampere there was a dim northern light bow. So it was a good night to come and check some new spots because there is not much predicted, but there could be something. And after all, I get to see some new place, and if it is nice, I can come here again sometimes, and if not, then I know it is not good place. So you have to come and see, and then you will know. Okay, now I have set up my cameras. I put my time-lapse camera in some metal bar So there was like the best views to the north there. And because my tripod is so low, I could get it like a bit higher. And I think it is a nice view to the north sky. There is some trees in the sides, but it's nice. And I put my other time-lapse camera deeper to the forest and with the fisheye, because I like the trees in the fisheye lens. They look beautiful, the silhouettes of the trees. And I think if the lights aren't that big, so I think it's nice to have some trees in the pictures. And I think I take that camera and try to see like different angles and stuff like that and move around a bit. So if there is some northern lights, then I could get some different kind of photos. And let's hope I get to see some lights tonight. So there is my time-lapse camera taking pictures. I put it like in the highest spot of this hill, so there is a good view to the north sky. So there is a dim northern light bow in the horizon. It is not that strong, but it is so nice to see some northern lights again. And I will try to take some cool pictures here also. And I kind of like this place because it is high hill and there is a nice views to the lake. So I recommend you to come and take some pictures here if you are in Lohja or live near here or something like that, or just want to visit. So this is pretty nice, and if you want to go to this place and to the Lahu, it is like 2 kilometers away from each other, and in the Lahu it is closer to the water and this is like higher, so I think there is good opportunities to hunt some lights in Lohja. So it's perfect. The battery has died. And this is like perfect thing. I should have like remote shutter, but I don't have it with this camera. So I am like hacking it to pushing the shutter button and taking pictures. So it is pretty cheap trick and not that perfect, but what can you do on a budget? It is good that there is these metal bars because there is a pretty deep fall to the ground. So these are for my safety. They are perfect. I am just looking the meters right now and the BC did drop nicely in around, I think, -8 or just around -10. So I think in an hour or so there might be a really nice chances to see the northern lights, because the speed is also like in almost 600 and the density is also good, so there should be like good chances to see some northern lights. And now I just have to wait a bit, and it is good that I have already set up my cameras so the northern lights can come and I am ready. Yes, the northern lights are getting bigger. They are so beautiful. I have to take that camera again and take some pictures, but perfect. It is so nice to see some great northern lights again. So let's hope it is really big show. The northern lights came bigger after all, even though the predictions weren't so good. It was KP4 instead of predicted KP2. Yes, it was pretty big show. It wasn't like the biggest that we have seen in this series, but it was pretty nice, and I'm very lucky that I got to see some amazing northern lights this far south again, so it was like perfect night. And tomorrow the Christmas shall come because I have already get my Christmas present. It's a Christmas miracle, I think. Yes, perfect. The BC is now +5 and I think the show is now over. I think I will pack my stuff now and head to home and get some sleep before the Christmas Eve. So thanks a lot for watching and have a Merry Christmas. The walk back to the car started. I was positively surprised about the place and from the lights also. There was a bit more light pollution in the horizon compared to some other spots, and the view to the north was not the widest. But other than that, I think it was a great place. It had unique feeling and you could see very far to the north over the lake. I was happy that the view actually was to the north, because it isn't always that easy to figure out in the maps and photos from the internet. Maybe the leaves of the trees could block even more the view if it is not winter month. As I walked across the bridge, I noticed that the northern light bow was still in the sky. And I had already earlier thought that it would be cool to get a picture of the bridge with the northern lights. And as I got closer to the car, I saw somehow familiar-looking white-bearded old grandpa sitting on a bench in a red jacket. He was nice and kind, but in a hurry. I wondered why would anyone be in a hurry as it is almost Christmas and a holiday season. Oh well. He was mumbling something about some lost reindeers and presents and said that I could take just a few pictures before he had to run.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
And as I got home, some Christmas presents had appeared under the Christmas tree. If that was not Christmas magic, I don't know what is.